All right. So what we're here to really talk about is making money, which is always I think, always a good subject. Um, Valerie is also here helping me out today. So if anybody's got questions or comments, I try my best not to get too distracted by the chat box, but yeah, it happens. So I'll do my best to let Valerie jump in and let me know when there are questions or there are comments that are directed at me. But this is not going to be a long webinar. I'm 30-40 minutes at the most, so I'll actually have plenty of time for questions. So if you guys have any questions about any part of your business that you need help with, let me know. The other thing too is that a lot of you took us up on the offer for the free book. I don't know if you've heard this yet or not, but when I originally put out the book, and by the way, this is all organic just through the podcast and webinars. We haven't really done any advertising for it, but we've had well over 1,000 people take us up on the free book offer. And so what I did recently was I committed to another 1,000. And so when you registered for this webinar, you probably got redirected to the page where you could get a copy of the 7 Secrets to Becoming a Wealthy Contractor book. Now, for those of you that did, really important, you immediately should have got an email from me, which gives you access to all of the book resources. One of the things that we've also done is we've basically put the first section of the book in a pretty simple format. It's like a flip book so when you go and you log in to that to the resources page, you will see one of the first things there is a flip book, so you can get through the initial introduction, the forward to the book, the table of contents of the book. It takes you right up to secret number 1. So by the time you get through that, hopefully you'll have the physical copy in your hands, and you'll be able to read from there. Okay. Those of you that have not taken us up on the offer yet for the free book, just go to thewealthycontractor.com and you'll see right there how to get it. I just ask you to pay shipping and handling on the book. So the secret to a constant flow of profitable business is what we're going to be talking about here. But before we talk about that, we got to talk about what's going on out there. And as I was putting this together, I was thinking in my head, who would have thought back when the order was issued to basically shut down the country, who would have thought that within a short period of time, like 3-4 weeks, that would have led to a boom for home improvement businesses? It's crazy how busy everybody is, and I hope all of you are as well. And so with what's going on here, with the opportunity that we've been handed, now look, I got to believe that you guys are all super busy. Like I spoke to, we have a new client that is just starting up with us. They have a $40 million backlog. $40 million backlog. That's insane. I have another client that has a $2 million backlog. I have another client that has a oh God, what was it? The numbers are just astronomical. And the biggest challenge is kind of funny. The challenge right now is not necessarily leads and sales. The challenge right now is how do we get all of the work installed and get paid? That really seems to be the big driver right now. And it's kind of, it's kind of a good problem to have too much work and not enough people to install versus, not enough leads and plenty of people to install. So this has really been a blessing for all of us. Now, the challenge though here is, and what I see happening with people all the time, is that you're so busy just trying to get everything done that you don't realize the enormous opportunity that's been handed to you for profitability, for future growth, for future wealth, right? So if we're getting more customers and we want to think about our future wealth, okay? So we always want to be thinking about, it's interesting. Years ago, and I didn't, when I was in my 20s, I didn't get it like I get it now. Okay, I'm in my 50s now. So when I was in my 20s, I met this guy, it was a client that owned youth hostels, and they had, I don't know, a few of them in different parts of the world. And what was really interesting, he said something to me. He said, my job, it was him and a partner. My job is to focus on the profit and loss or the income statement. My partner's job is to focus on the balance sheet. And I conceptually kind of got it, but I didn't really get it. And basically what he was saying to me was, and this is how all of the smartest, richest, wealthiest business owners look at their business. There's today money, and then there's tomorrow money. So today money is, I finished up this job, and I collected my final payment, and after paying everything, material, labor, overhead, marketing, sales, I am left with X amount of dollars. With that X amount of dollars, I have to do a few things. One, I have to feed my family, obviously put a roof over their head, keep my business running. But then what I also need to do, pay my taxes, of course. But what I also need to do is I need to think about, well, can I take a piece of today's money and put it to work for me so it creates money for tomorrow and next month and next year and 10 years from now? Okay. So that's what we mean by future wealth. Now, a lot of business owners are they're so focused on today, and they're dealing with what I call a broken profit model, that they're barely getting by today. So the idea of the future is just, it's so heavy on them that they can't deal with it. Well, look, if you want to be successful and you want to be wealthy, you got to be thinking about both. Just having money for today, yeah, it could be good for you, but how much better is it when there is enough money coming in to where you don't only have to think about today, you also can put that money to work for later. And so one of the ways that you maximize your future wealth, or today's money so that you have money for future wealth, is to look at the profit value of each and every customer or client. Okay. So again, we don't want to think about a customer in terms of only the transaction that's available today. We want to think about that customer in terms of relationship, because relationship is where the money is at. So look, you can do very, very well. You've heard me say this 100 times. You could do very, very well as a one and done company. The challenge with one and done is that you have ever increasing marketing costs and advertising costs. And so while, you know, some people's marketing costs might be coming down and contributing more to the bottom line, one and done companies typically have much higher percentage of revenue going towards lead generation and advertising. All right. So there's a, I should know the number. I should be able to calculate it actually. In fact, Valerie, um, let's see if there's a way for us to calculate this based on just from the universe of our clients, is the ones that have, let's say 30+% of their business from relationship, what percentage of their revenue is spent on marketing versus ones that are teens and below. I'll tell you just from anecdotal evidence, it is significantly higher with the 10 and under than it is with the 30 and above. Okay. And so what that means is, and how those clients have managed to do that is through some of these ideas here. So how do you maximize your customer's profit value? Well, you get more 5-star reviews online where they matter. Google, right? Google right now is the place where reviews matter. Why? How do 5-star reviews help you maximize customer profit value? Because that customer now is going and posting a 5-star review online, which is like, I mean, look, it's like currency right now. Every positive review, every 5-star review that you get helps to contribute to you getting more organic leads and making more sales, right? And so that's one way that that customer adds more value. The second thing is positive word of mouth. They go and they talk to their friends and their neighbors and their family members and their coworkers. Repeat business. They come back and they buy more from you. They tell their friends, they introduce you to their friends through referrals. And then finally, there's the opportunity to market around them. So if I'm doing a job here, right, am I just going to go into the neighborhood, do the job, and then leave? Or am I going to spend some time in that neighborhood and see if I can't pick up 1 or 2 more jobs? See, the idea here is how do I take, I call it job from job strategy. So how do you have one job lead to another job? And this is how you've got to be thinking, is how do I take this customer and turn them into more customers, more jobs, more profit? That's how you do it. And by the way, look, at the end of the day, you are not going to have a successful business if you don't have a strong base of customers that are coming back to you and giving you more money. Whether that's through repeat business, positive word of mouth, referrals, or, radius. Okay. So you get to choose. Am I going to be transactional or am I going to be relation? Okay. Again, relationship businesses, if you look historically, relationship businesses will outperform a transactional business all day long. There are some exceptions, but not much when it comes to small businesses. The other thing that you want to look at is right now, if getting customers should not really be a problem right now. Okay. And so if you haven't been doing it, what are you waiting for? Now is the time to get started, because start building on that base of customers that you have now. Start to implement some of the strategies I'm going to show you here on the customers that you have now. And if you haven't done it before, it's okay. Start from where you are. But it takes a shift in thinking, because there are some things you're going to have to do different. So for those of you that don't know who I am, and you may wonder, well, why the hell should I listen to this guy? I'm not going to bore you with my whole long backstory, but I come from the home improvement business. In 2009, my business partner, who's also my wife, Addie, we saw this need in the marketplace for what we call relationship marketing. And so we created a G4 marketing group, and we went out and we started to talk to people about the idea of relationship marketing. And today, 11 years later, we work with some of the top names in the home improvement space. And interestingly enough, I had my team, we had a little bit of time in March and April, had my team go back and look at, okay, over the last 12 months, if you looked at our clients collectively, how many jobs did they do? And the number was over 100,000, over 100,000 jobs. And that translates, now I don't know exactly the number that translates to in terms of revenue, but it's a minimum of 750 to 900 million dollars. Okay. So we know a little bit, we're behind the scenes of a couple hundred home improvement companies. So we know a little bit about the subject that we're going to be talking about here today. And this is the group that we are for, if you will. Those of you that can see me, I'm doing air quotes. I always ask, when you have a business, the number one person in the business is the customer. And so you got to ask yourself, well, who am I going to be for? And I am for contractors. I am for home improvement entrepreneurs. And my whole thing is, and those of you that know me from the Wealthy Contractor podcast or the 7 Secrets book or some of our events like our Accelerate Live event, I'm all about helping contractors make more money, take more time off, and take control of their business so their business works for them, not the other way around. All right. That's what we are all about. All right. So why do we need to be looking at this ever? Because we should be looking at this all the time, but especially right now. Why should we be looking at this? Well, we don't want to wake up a month or a year from now and realize, oh crap, my lead costs are out of control, or we are slow this month, we need leads, and start taking drastic measures. That puts you behind the 8 ball, right? Now, the other thing is, if you leave your customers on their own, they're going to go and buy products and services that you sell from your competition. Why? Because your competition is talking to them more than you are. To really have long-term staying power and build real wealth in this business, or in any business, but in this business, we must establish relationship with our customers. It can't only be one and done. It's got to be about how do we build that relationship so we maximize the value of that customer. Because look, customers are expensive to get. They take a lot of work to convert into a sale, and then they take a whole lot more work to get the job even installed. This would be an incredible business if you didn't have to install the product, right? If you just had to sell it and or if you just had to market it and sell it, oh my God, right? But you need to get it installed too, but you've got to stay top of mind with your customers. We want to do everything we can to give our salespeople an unfair advantage in the house. I love having an unfair advantage, right? I would imagine you too. We must do everything we can to maximize the overall lifetime profit value of each and every customer. And then finally, we have been given an amazing opportunity here, folks, and it would be a waste we didn't take advantage of it. I mean, this is a blessing. I mean, look at what's happening with other companies and other industries. It's been 5 months. No, wait a minute. April, May, June, July, August. 5 months it's been, almost to the day, right, since the shutdown. And look at how well our industry is doing. So it would be a waste if we didn't take advantage of this opportunity, because a lot of industries don't have this opportunity, right? So to me, the goal is always a minimum of 25 to 35% of your revenue coming from the relationships that you have with your customers. When you do this, you drive your overall lead cost down, your profitability goes up. One thing that I haven't talked a lot about here, and if it's something you guys are interested in, because I do have a lot of experience with it, is equity value, brand value. What builds brand value? What builds equity value? Hint, one of the things is how much of your business comes from the relationship that you have with your customers. The higher that number is, the more valuable your business is worth. The more your business relies on today's leads, new, the less, oh God, what's the word I'm looking for? Stable that business is. Okay, all it takes is one hiccup and it can come crashing down on you. By the way, well, I can give you examples all day long and I won't, but again, if that is a topic that you guys want explored and you want to get some ideas and strategies and tips on how to build the equity value and how that works, let me know, and maybe that's a webinar that we'll do. And then also your long-term business security goes up, because imagine you've got a third of your business that's already there. There's a base of business that you're already going to get. So when the clock strikes, day one of a new month or a new quarter or a new year, you can safely say, hey, we're going to get X amount of dollars just from the relationships that we have with our customers. Okay. Now, in order to do this, in order to maximize the value of each and every customer, we're going to start with customer experience. This is really where it all starts. Okay. So to me, in this day and age, a satisfied customer, and I'll put satisfied in quotes, a satisfied customer in today's world is a liability. Why do I say this? Because if you have a system that is designed to create a satisfied customer, you look at the graphic that I have on the screen, and for those of you that can't see the graphic, all the way on the left is a face, if you will, of your customer pissed off, hate you, okay? And then all the way on the right is a thrilled customer, a raving fan, okay? And then you've got, in between them, you've got 5 other types of faces. So your satisfied customer, to me, is right about here. Not in the middle, but a little bit right of middle. Middle is, I'm not thrilled. I'm not pissed. I'm glad they're gone. Okay. To the right of that is somebody that's satisfied, somebody you just did what you said you were going to do. Okay. Here's the problem. Okay. If your customer experience system is set up to produce a satisfied customer, just a satisfied customer, it won't take much. For you to create an unhappy customer. Why do I say that? Well, because think about it. If you're set up to just satisfy a customer, you're really not doing anything special. You're really not going out of your way. You're just fulfilling on the contract. And so if one little thing goes wrong, well, where do they go? Well, they go left. Okay. They go left. Well, where do they end up left? They end up at, I'm not thrilled. I'm not really pissed, but I'm certainly not happy. Will I leave a review? No. Why? And if I did leave a review, it'd probably be 3 stars. Am I going to refer? No way am I going to refer. Am I going to come back and buy from you again? No. So to me, it's risky. It's way, way, way too risky. Sorry, I'm thirsty. Okay. Today it's about taking ordinary customers and turning them into raving fans. Look, to me, I won't settle for anything less than a raving fan. If you go online, you look at our reviews, we have 100 and something 5-star reviews. We don't have a 2-star, a 3-star, or a 4-star in there. Actually, we got a, oh, what was it? Like a 2-star review a couple weeks ago. And we looked at it, we're like, whoa, wait a minute, what is this? Who is this person? And they were saying that we read the comments and we're, that's not us. Who is this person? There's another company called G4 Marketing, but with the number 4 instead of the 4 spelled out. So we're with the number 4 spelled out, F-O-U-R. It's the wrong company. We did everything we could to get that taken down. We got it taken down eventually, but that wasn't our customer. But anyway, to me, it's all about this idea of creating raving fans. So how do we do that? Well, you want to look at some people call it customer journey. I call it customer experience workflow. But what is your path to raving fans? So how do you create raving fans? So when we do our customer experience workshops, which we do, typically we do them on the 3rd day of Accelerate. So it's our bonus day, which, by the way, Accelerate it looks like it's going to happen in January 26th and 27th here in South Florida, in Fort Lauderdale. You're going to start to see stuff coming out, but you can save the dates now if you want, just between us. But our 3rd day is our bonus day, and this is one of the tools that we use. It's again, my customer experience workflow. And so what I do is I look at the before they're a customer, I look at during when they're a customer, and after we have completed the job. And we break it down and we look at every customer interaction, and we ask ourselves a very simple question. What can we do here at this interaction point, whether it's on the phone or it's live and in person? What can we do so our customer can't help but say, wow, you wouldn't believe how professional they were. Wow, you wouldn't believe how clean they were. Wow, you wouldn't believe how fill in the blank. This is your basis. This is the foundation. If you don't have this, forget all the rest, including profitability. It's very tough to be profitable if you don't have customers that are just thrilled with you, okay? So once we've got that good customer experience, one of the things that we also want to look at, and one of the things that's really going to help solidify that relationship, is regular ongoing communications with that customer, not only during the job, but what about after the job has been completed? And so for our clients, we use a mixture of direct mail and email to stay in touch with those customers. And yes, we use the mailbox. If you are not using the mailbox with your customers right now, you're missing out. There's an enormous opportunity in the mailbox. Why? There's a lot less competition there. B, when you are using the mailbox, think about this, with your own piece of mail, you come in under the radar, meaning your competition has no idea what you're doing. They have no idea what you are saying to your customer. They have no ideas what offers you are making. Think about it. I could go to your website and I could see exactly what offer you have this month. Or I could look at your Google ads, or if you're on TV, I could watch one of your TV commercials. I know exactly what your offer is. I could make a better one. Simple. But what you can't see as a competitor, unless for some reason they're on your list, is they can't see the private communications between you and your customer, right? And that's one of the reasons why I just love mail. Another thing with mail is that It's got to get touched. Unlike email, that's just delete, 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 or even just ignore because there's thousands of them there. Most people collect their mail every single day. They may not go through it every single day, but they have to touch your piece. So there's two piles. There's A pile mail and there's B pile mail. A pile mail is mail that needs to get opened. It must be opened. It must be looked at. B pile mail is junk mail, gets thrown away. So if you are going to use mail, what type of mail do you want? A pile mail, right? So you can't make your mail look like junk. We go through great pains to make our stuff look like it's coming from another human being, and it's something that you want to look at. Another thing that you want to consider is who is your customer today? Who is the customer today? Well, the customer is in my age group, 45 to about 70. That's the ideal target range for home improvements. Now, I'm 52. So one thing about me is I love my print stuff. Look, I have a magazine here. I have my newsletters here. Look, they're all print. Can I see this stuff online? Probably. Will I ever? No. Do I get email newsletters that I look at? Yeah, but only if they're entertaining, engaging, interesting, if they're giving me information that I need, right? But I still like paper. All books I buy, if they are business or personal development books, I buy the book, the real book. Why do you think I offered you a real book? Because I know chances are much better that if I send you a real book, you're going to read it. More likely than if I was to send you a PDF. If I was to send you a PDF of a 100-page book, the chances of you reading that book are minuscule. But if I send you a copy of the book and it's physical, A, you're not going to throw it out. It's going to hang around. And B, you might actually get around to opening the book and going inside and looking at it. Same sort of thing with good direct mail. So for us, what has been the workhorse for us for almost 10 years now is the company newsletter. So all of our clients have their own company newsletter. And the company newsletter, we do 4 of them a year at print and mail. So every quarter, January, April, July, and October. And then every month, we do a email newsletter. So we're doing 16 unique newsletters a year. And again, I'm doing both. I want to hit them in their email inbox, but I also want to hit them in their mailbox. I never want to do only one. I always want to do more than one because you just don't know. And the way that they work together is incredible, right? Some of the reasons why a company newsletter is so good. Now, remember, why am I telling you all of this right now? I'm telling you all of this right now because you have an opportunity. You have an opportunity to take these customers that you have and turn them into customers for life. And so we started talking about customer experience. You got to deliver an amazing customer experience, but then also you got to talk to these people. You got to stay in touch with these people. Otherwise, they're going to forget about you. They are. Think about it. Why would they remember you? They've got lives. They have jobs. They have families. They have a partner, a spouse. They have kids. They have a boss. You're way down in the list of importance. So it's not their job to remember us. It's our job to make sure they don't forget us. And so how do we do that? One of the best ways to do that is through a company newsletter. So we're going to use the company newsletter to increase the number of times our customers do business with us because we're always going to be making offers. We're going to increase the number of referrals our company gets. Why? Because we're going to talk to them about our referral rewards program and we're going to give them incentives for referring us. We're going to introduce new products and services. We're going to build relationships. We're going to keep our customers away from the competition. And we want to stay top of mind with our customers. top of mind. We don't want them to forget about us, right? And all of the services that we offer. We don't want them to forget how to get a hold of us. That would be, what a waste, right? What a waste. So, and again, I want to protect my customers. I want to defend against the competition, right? Because why? Because they want your customer. Think about it. They want your customer, and they're doing everything they can to get your customer. Don't let them, right? So we actually have a newsletter program here at G4 Marketing. If you're interested, I'll give you an opportunity to let us know and just have a quick conversation with us and see if this is something that works for you. But again, we do January, April, July, and October. The July issue is, done and gone. We're working on our October issue. So the thing about newsletters, and I said earlier, we always make an offer. We always talk about our referral rewards programs. The packaging that those things are delivered in. So the last thing you want to do is just send out stuff that's offers only, because offers only don't build relationships. Offers only do not build relationships. What you want to do is put it into a wrapper of entertaining, engaging, fun, interesting stuff. So here are just some of the contents of, look, whether we do it for you or you do it on your own, a company newsletter, to me, is a must. If you're a company without a company newsletter, you're missing a huge opportunity. But here are some of the things. You want to convey a message to your customers. Hey, it's me again, blah, 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 right? Just, hey, I'm human. I'm just like you are. I'm the owner of the business, and here's what's going on. We put in recipes, so we put in fun facts. We do family-oriented articles, just a general interest. We do technology stuff, which is kind of cool. We do fun facts. We do a movie trivia contest. And of course, we have our referral rewards program. So there's a lot that goes into this thing. That's why I call it a workhorse. It's just like, it works so hard, right? And it's a beautiful thing, right? So today, those are the two big things I really wanted to talk to you about. Is how do you take advantage of what's going on right now? The two big main ways you're going to do that is, one, turn every customer into a raving fan, so that leads to a relationship, so that leads to positive online reviews, that leads to referrals, that leads to repeat business, right? And so you are not stuck in the trap of one and done, where every day you wake up and you need a new lead and you need a new customer, right? You know that because of the groundwork, the work that you're doing, you have a base of customers that are out there marketing for you and selling for you, okay? It is one of the most beautiful things that you can have in business, okay? Separate topic, but I have to bring it up, okay? Because still, even in this environment, some of you, a lot of you, too many of you, are not making anywhere near the kind of money you should be making. Look, you provide a valuable service to the community, okay? Believe me, right now I'm dealing with contractors. I've been dealing with contractors since December. And it's tough. It's a tough gig, okay? But when you perform, you deserve a profit, okay? And let's be clear about profit. It is fuel. Without it, you don't have enough money to market. You don't have enough money to hire great people. And by the way, right now, there's a lot of people, good people out there that are looking for work, okay? That wasn't the case before this. In February, how hard was it for you to find people? Okay. Now it's gotten a whole lot easier. Okay. You won't be able to give your family the rewards that they deserve, and you won't have the solid foundation that you need. Sorry, I don't know, got a frog in my throat. You won't have the solid foundation you need to make it in this business for the next 10 years. All right. Profit is the fuel of a business. And if you want a high performing business, you need high performance fuel. Profit is not something you add on at the end. Too many people wait until the end of the year to discover whether or not they made money or didn't make money. I know every other week. I'm looking at it every other week. Every month, I'm going through the numbers. Okay. My best clients, they're looking at their numbers. They're looking at their financials. They're looking at how their projections match up against their actuals, right? They're looking at their budgets, right? This is not about just turning money. This is about keeping some of that money. Remember what we talked about earlier. There's today money and there's tomorrow money. Well, the profit has to be enough so that there's tomorrow money, okay? Minimum acceptable pre-tax profit, 10%. This is after all expenses, including you, 10%. If you're lower than 10%, chances are good, your pricing model is way off. Now, I've talked about that in other places. I'm not going to talk about it here, but I just want to plant that seed with you. 10% after everything is paid, including you. If you're a salesperson, you need to be paying yourself a sales commission, and your profit comes after that. If you're the manager of the business, general manager, you run the business, you need to be paid for that. Profit comes after that. Ideal range, you want to be at 15 to 20%. Okay, 10's good, 15's much better. 20, gold standard. Okay, so again, why do we need to do all of this? You don't want to wake up a month or a year from now and realize, oh shit, my lead costs are out of control, or we're slow. We need leads, okay? If you leave your customers on their own, if you leave them to their own devices, guess what? Your customers will buy products and services that you sell from your competition. There's a greater chance of that happening. To really have long-term staying power and build real wealth in this business, you must establish a relationship with your customers. Remember, relationship starts with the foundational element, which is customer experience. A satisfied customer, again, to me, is a liability. A raving fan is what you're striving for. A satisfied customer, the chances of them leaving a review, a 5-star review online, diminish. Once you get past raving fan, it goes down. Okay, so satisfied customer, will they leave a review? They might not. A raving fan will leave a review. A satisfied customer, they might give you a referral, maybe. Raving fan will definitely give you referrals. Repeat business, will they come back and buy from you again? Satisfied customer, maybe. Raving fan, absolutely. They'll look forward to the next time they can do business with you. Okay. So we got to stay top of mind with our customers. That's why we talked about the newsletters and staying in touch with our customers. We want to give our salespeople an unfair advantage in the house. Look, the more repeat referral leads you run, the more Google reviews you have, you're giving your salespeople an advantage in the house. Okay, must do everything we can to maximize the overall lifetime profit value of each and every customer. And then finally, we have been given an opportunity here, okay? Go back to the end of March, early April. We didn't know what was going to happen. We thought, oh crap, this is going to be 2008, 2009 all over again. It hasn't been. It's been a boom, okay? Don't let this boom, this opportunity go to waste, all right? So, if there are any questions, I will take them now. By the way, if you guys want to learn more about G4 marketing and what we do and how we can help you do all of this, we have an entire program. It's a proven program where we will ask for reviews. We will say thank you to your customers. We will do all of the follow-up communications. We'll do all of the offers. We'll put your customers into our referral rewards program. We'll use our authentic feedback platform to get more 5-star reviews. Um, we'll use the newsletter program to stay in touch and drive more referrals and more repeat business. So I'm going to put up a poll here real quick. Anybody that's interested, what we do here is we just do a quick 10-minute, what we call a discovery call. Okay. And please, everybody, go in here and just real quickly, the faster I can get everybody to answer the poll, the faster I can turn it off. But basically what we do here is we just do a quick 10-minute discovery call. We want to learn a little bit about your business. And quite frankly, we want to know if we can even help, right? And if after that 10-minute discovery call between you and us, we discover, hey, I think we can help you guys, then we move on to the next step, which is a full strategy session where we'll go over the 4 pillars of relationship marketing. We'll basically show you everything. We'll take you behind the scenes. We'll show you how we do everything. And at the end of that, look, you could say no. You could go do it on your own. That's up to you. Okay. Or you can hire us to do it. Either way, I think it's worth a phone call. So, or worth the 10-minute discovery call. So I'm going to leave this up here for a minute. I'm going to see if we've got any questions. Oh, that's a good question.
And Brian, Chris, to add to his question, he also put, we have a Google 5-star and A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
I wouldn't expect anything less from Chris. I'm going to answer that question in just a second. Okay, poll, anybody else? You can say no, it's okay. You're not going to hurt my feelings. But say something. Answer the poll. Hello? Okay, a few more people. All right, let's close out the poll. Okay, so this is a great question from Chris. Our clients are 65 to 70 plus and only buy once in most cases. So there's little to no opportunity for additional sales. We do get a fair number of referrals. Curious your thoughts. So it's interesting because we have a number of clients, Chris, that are in this exact same situation. And we have a lot of clients that are in the roofing business. And as you very well know, the roofing business is, I mean, if there's anything that's kind of one and done, it's a roof. And so what we do with them is, for the most part, we really focus on reviews and referrals, And so that's where the opportunity is. So, you know, I give the example all the time of Aries Roofing. You know, when we met them 10 years ago, they were a nicely run, you know, family business. I think they did about $5 million in revenue. Not super profitable. It was kind of like up and down. And after they met us, they made a commitment to, hey, we're going to commit to our customer. We're going to do everything we can to serve that customer better than they've ever been served by anybody else. And oh, by the way, while everybody else is lowering their prices, we're going to raise our prices so that we make the right margins, so we make the right profit, so we can do, you know, and go down the list of all of the things that I said, right? So we can provide the best experience, the best people, blah, blah. Fast forward 10 years, they're a $30 million company. The majority of their business comes from referrals and word of mouth. It's incredible. But it's a commitment, you know. It's like, hey, you know, we're going to commit to creating relationships with customers rather than just being transactional. Okay, so I hope that answers. The question there. So Jerry is asking, who do you mail your customer newsletter to? Your past customers. So we generally, well, when we're talking with somebody new, we'll generally look at the type of business that it is and what has been done or not been done in the past. And our general rule of thumb is we'll go back 1, maybe 2 years to customers, because beyond 2 years, so in some cases 3, but beyond that, they don't know who you are. They probably don't even remember the job. They don't remember the people, especially if you've not done anything. So we'll generally start with 1, 2, sometimes we'll go back 3 years. And there are other strategies, and I've done other webinars on what you do with 3 years plus. It's not like you kill them, but there's some testing that can be done within that group to see if they respond. Okay, so I hope that answers your question. All right. So so do we have any other questions? There's a lot of you still here. I'd love to have you here. But any more questions? Okay. Anything outside of the topic that we've covered here? All right, fine. Be that way then. I don't want to talk to you either. No, I'm kidding. So good. So hopefully this was of value to all of you. I hope that you got something out of this. And I hope you are taking advantage of what's going on in our, in our world today. It sucks, to me, somebody that loves to travel, that loves to get on an airplane and go somewhere. The idea of not being able to do that and physically being, constrained has really weighed on me. But on the other side of it is I'm grateful for the opportunities that have opened up. And I think that this will be over soon. And I think that we will all be better because of it. I don't know. That's my take. So thanks again, everybody. And if I can help you with anything, don't hesitate to reach out. You can go to our website, G4 Marketing, GFOUR marketing.com to learn more. If you have not got a copy of the 7 Secrets to Becoming a Wealthy Contractor, what are you waiting for? Go grab a copy. I just ask you to pay $6.95 shipping and handling. Book is free. So if you want that, go to thewealthycontractor.com. All right. So thank you, everybody. This is Brian Kaskawalsian with G4 Marketing Group. And until next time, thanks, everybody.